It's Monday. Welcome to Museum Moments. Hey, so this is part 1 of a 3-part video. Eventually parts 2 and parts 3 will be right up there for you guys to click on. But in the meantime, this is video 1. I went to the California Academy of Sciences. This video is going to focus on my favorite exhibit, which was the evolution exhibit. Next week's is going to be the rainforest and the aquarium, and the week after that is going to be environmentally friendly exhibit. So yeah, this video is all about evolution and the exhibit that the California Academy of Sciences in San Francisco has on evolution. So hopefully you'll learn a little bit more about evolution, and even more, hopefully you'll be inspired to go to this museum or one in your area. I like a lot of different kind of museums, but science museums are really interesting because there's so much new things to learn. I love history museums, but history is static. History's already happened, it stays the same. But with science, there's always new, innovative, and exciting discoveries or things to learn. So this museum was awesome. So even if there's not this museum that you can go find a science museum because they're really good. And I'm pretty sure that like almost every single time you go to one, you'll take away something new. This was probably my favorite part of the museum because it has this timeline with pictures. So it starts at the beginning with billions of years ago and then shows you what was developing at what point in time. And it's insane like how long it took to get from one cell to a jellyfish, which barely has any structure at all. And it goes all the way through to when primates first emerged to when people became bipedal. Islands are a major part of this exhibit simply because they're isolated. And in an isolated area, there's no interbreeding, so evolution happens much differently because of different environment and the lack of genetic drift, which is where genes from one group go to another group. The two islands that they focus on the most are the Galapagos Islands and Madagascar, simply because on the Galapagos Islands are Darwin's finches, where Darwin first got the idea of evolution and adaptation. And on Madagascar, we have lemurs, which are primates, but I mean, if you look at a lemur, they're really not like monkeys or apes at all. And that's because they've been isolated through evolution on an island without any interbreeding or anything. Way before Charles Darwin came up with the idea of evolution, he was a young man. And when he was young, he went on a journey on a boat called the HMS Beagle. On this journey, it was his job to record the cultures they came across and the animals and the environment that they saw. It was on this journey that he first saw the Galapagos finches, which became to also be known as Darwin's finches. During Darwin's time, it was strongly believed that since the day God created Earth, everything had been the same. No animals had evolved and nothing had died off. Darwin began to wonder if this was actually the truth as he studied the finches. The finches from island to island were different in little tiny ways, but they were obviously the same bird. So he started to wonder if maybe because of environment and natural selection, things had actually changed and evolved. Madagascar is another prime example of evolution because there are so many different animals, not just the lemurs, that are so different than other similar animals on other parts of the world, which shows us that things have evolved on Madagascar. By the time we get to the end of this exhibit, we get to what most people find to be the most interesting, and I can almost guarantee is the most relevant to all of us. Us. The human part of this exhibit talks a lot about human variation and how we're all different in different ways and our genes and evolution is because of this. They also have this really cool map that shows how human beings spread over the world and all came out of Africa in order to populate the entire planet. And they came up with this map through genetic evidence, and they can trace DNA, and also through archaeological evidence. That was the part that I enjoyed the most from the California Academy of Sciences. So tell me down in the comments, what is your favorite exhibit from any science museum you've been to? And don't forget to watch next week and the week after for my other 2 videos that are going to be coming about this museum, which will probably be longer than this one and I hope will be really awesome because there's a lot of cool things that I saw. So have a great Monday and I will see you guys next week.